It's the promise and the realization of BIM. Connected construction is the ability to create like meaningful workflows for data just to flow between departments, but it also sort of ties in the constructability piece. Like everything you're doing from a modeling and data perspective should have benefit. It shouldn't just be like a 3D model just so I can show you that 3D picture. It should have real benefits downstream.
And so connected construction for me is a way to let the different stakeholders on construction projects that typically don't work well together to find ways for them to work better together.
Connects all of their processes, allows them to get real insights. One customer that we've heard, he wants to know the score of the game when he's playing the game, not afterwards. So that's what connected construction enables for him.
Connected construction is allowing us to better utilize the data produced in construction by formatting it, routing it, and placing it strategically.
This data going to the field and everybody working off of a single source of truth and contributing back in real time or near real time, the time waiting for data to come back and the changes to be made are almost eliminated with connected construction. Change orders that are made in the morning can be delivered to the field that afternoon and rework can be done.
Connected construction give you the opportunity to understand when there's potential problems early enough so they don't become big problems. So oftentimes the big cost items are items that would have been much smaller cost if recognized earlier in the process.
You have all this rich information, including the pricing information and the labor information that actually build that project, all encapsulated within that model. Well, that information that gets transported downstream through all of your processes, whether that's the project manager then taking that, setting up their job cost, building their work breakdown structure to actually manage the project. Procurement can actually utilize that same data then, that same bill of materials.
When I first started in this industry 10 years ago, there were such rigid chains of information. If I had a subcontractor call an engineer, there would have been like a big dust up about that. This guy can't talk directly to this guy. It has to go from the engineer to the architect to the contractor down to the subcontractor. And so much information and time is lost in that process. The industry is evolving and that culture is changing to one of more just completely open flow of communication, because that makes everything so much more efficient and so much faster and so much more effective.
The construction industry historically has been very linear in terms of how a project progresses. And really what we found is that because of collaboration, that can't be linear. It needs to be much more cyclical. And there needs to be feedback loops and understandings of how we can create a better design.